Yeah, a very important moment, as you said, Matthew. He obviously drove a Formula One car for the first time. He was driving last year's race-winning 2021 McLaren over 2 days, and it all went well. He covered over 130 trouble-free laps. This test was crucial for two reasons. For starters, he's now eligible for a Formula One super license. He already had the points, and now he's got the mileage that he needs in a modern Formula One car in that sense as well. And personally for him, his first taste of F1 machinery. So, that basically, at that level, you can drive a Formula One car, but once you've actually done it and done it trouble-free, it ticks that box and gives you that sort of validation and confidence, I guess.
Box tick then. And we've just completed round 7 of this year's Formula 2 Championship. How is that going for him?
Silverstone was a difficult weekend, but overall, I'd say he's had a very strong and consistent year. On the podium, 5 out of 7 rounds. His main championship rivals, Theo Pourchaire and Felipe Dragovic, and now Logan Sargent, they've taken their big results in the feature races. Jehan's had some issues in feature races. Luck hasn't always gone his way. He should have won in Barcelona on the Sunday, but his car failed. He should have won in Imola, but an ill-timed safety car sort of strategically took the initiative away from him. But I think overall he needs to qualify better. That'll set him up better for sort of results in the feature race, but he also needs luck to go his way a little bit now.
And looking into the future, whether or not he wins Formula 2, is that critical for his career? What's the next step?
I think his aim is very much to win Formula 2. I mean, as you as a racing driver know, I mean, when you're out on track, you want to win. But we've seen in the recent past, we've seen Guan Yu Zhou, who finished third in the standings and made the step up to Formula One, and he's doing quite well. He's been impressive this year. He scored points. He's qualified, well this weekend again. So I think if you can show that you're at a certain level, I think that bodes well. I don't think it needs to be an absolute outright championship win.
And we've seen, you mentioned Zhou Guanyu, we've seen him this year perhaps surprise a lot of people with how solidly he's performing. If Jehan had that opportunity, in your opinion, how well would he do relative to what we're seeing this year with Zhou?
I think he'd be right up there. I think he'll surprise a lot of people. I think he's somewhat underrated right now. He's a solid driver. We've had only 2 drivers from India race in Formula One, and he's our next hope of being the third. But he's also the most prepared Indian driver we've produced, and he's won in every category he's ever raced in. He's won races in every category he's raced in. And the McLaren test, honestly, it went quite well. Over 130 laps. It's more than twice the distance Formula One drivers will drive today in the British Grand Prix, and all trouble-free. So I think he's underrated. I think he'd be right up there with in Formula One machinery.